Margaret McElroy, and I'm the channel for an energy known as Maitreya. I've been with Maitreya now for 31 years. 23 of those years were channeling him for television, radio, and magazines. Over the years, Maitreya has taught me many things, given me many answers, and answered the questions, many questions that I had over the world of spirit. One of the questions that is a big thing with people is, who is my guide? I want to know who my guide is. To be perfectly honest, they don't care who they are or whether you know who they are, because they're just there to do a job. And their job is to help you on the earth plane. And the reason why you have energies with you from the other side, you have a guardian spirit who is with you from the moment that you are born to the moment that you die. And then you have different people in between, guides we call them, and these guides have different roles. I have, for instance, a guide who actually helps me with my makeup. I have a guide who helps me with my writing and with any creative work that I do. We also have helpers. The helpers help the guides. And if we need anything, the helpers go out and find it and then give it to the guides, give the information to the guides who then give it to us. We cannot communicate with the world of spirit until we raise our vibration. And most of us, when we stay, when we decide to stay and do metaphysical work or spiritual work, we are on a very low rate of vibration to begin with. And so as we raise our vibration, we start to let go of the things that we no longer need. 6 months into her classes, a friend of mine who lives in New Zealand just suddenly gave up coffee. She was addicted to it. And all of a sudden said, I don't want it anymore. I don't feel I want to drink it anymore. And a lot of people do give up things. But to work with the spiritual energies from the other side, as I call them, one needs to raise one's vibration, and that can involve giving away certain things, such as food items, things that you do, habits that you have. We give it away. The guardian spirit, as I said, has been with you from the moment that you're born to the moment that you die, and actually is there with you as you see your life evolve through from birth to death. The guides are all different energies who help you in many ways. It may surprise you to know that a lot of computer technicians and a lot of people who work in the electronics energy have people from the other side who help them a great deal. And then they wonder, they say, oh, I had the most wonderful inspiration, not realizing that the inspiration is from the other side. I was watching recently an incredible film by about a man called Nikola Tesla. And Nikola Tesla actually channeled through my second husband, but he got a little bit frightened and wouldn't do the work, so it was very sad really that we lost him. But Nikola Tesla created electricity, and he was the one that really started the ball rolling with that. But of course, he never kept anything. It just didn't work out for him, and it should have done. But it was the world of spirit. He was a very spiritual man, and connecting with the other side. And I know that it was a lot of the advice and guidance that he got in those early days was from the world of spirit. We have helpers. Helpers do the mundane stuff. They just find things, and when they find things, the guide may say, look, she needs to have a book on this, and they will find the book, and then they will give the information to the guide, and the guide will give it to me or to whoever they need to give it to, and away you go. I have found so many books that are out of print and really difficult to get when I've put it out to the guides. And when I call them upstairs. There's nothing holy about them at all. I just say, okay, you guys upstairs, I need this. And away they go to find it, and away they come back. As you raise your vibration, it's taken me 31 years to get to the level of vibration that I am. And it's been very hard at times. But the more you raise your vibration, the more that you can communicate with spirit. And the higher in vibration that you go, the higher you can communicate with those from the other side. For me, I couldn't be where I am today without those helpers, guides, and the guardian, as it's called. They have been an integral part of my development work, along with Maitreya. Everyone can get to a higher rate of vibration. Don't let anybody tell you that, oh, it's only certain people. It's not only certain people. Anybody can do it, but often one needs a teacher, and often one needs assistance to get there. To get there, when you are there, is the most wonderful feeling. But then one becomes isolated because your sensitivity, your vibration is so sensitive that it's very difficult being around people. There was a medium once she's only died a few years ago, called Sylvia Brown. And she had a very, very sensitive aura and energy because she'd raised her vibration over the years. And one of the things with being sensitive is that one cannot hold on to the emotions of others. And she was at an airport with Sylvia, and she was picking up everybody's energy around her, and all of a sudden she let it rip. And of course it turned, those around her thought that, she was being very negative and she wasn't being spiritual, etc. But she was actually being spiritual, and she was just releasing the energy she was picking up around her. You become more and more and more sensitive as you go higher. You will get to a point where you don't need the guardian, the guide, and the helpers. They're very rarely there. But in the beginning, they are with you all the time. Do know that you also can communicate with spirit. It's not just certain people. But to do so means a great deal of change in your life, and the self, part of you, doesn't like change. I hope you've learnt something from my little talk this morning, and I hope and pray that you will, if you are looking at mediumship, if you are looking at being spiritual, that you will open the door and go through. It is not easy, but it isn't hard either. Thank you for listening and watching, and hopefully we will have another interesting subject the next time I do the video. Thank you.